Welcome back guys, we're back in with another WordPress tutorial. This time we're going to be going over how to move your site from one host to another. So say you've come over to SeekaHost and found a much better package, which you probably would have because I do recommend them myself. I moved all of my sites over to here. They got some great customer support, one-click installations of your WordPress or PBN sites, and it's just super easy to get started with your WordPress site, as you're going to see with the video now. So with that, let's get on with it. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be moving the JDog Gaming over to my other account. It is still on SeekaHost, but it's exactly the same procedure that we're going to be following now from any other site as well. So first things first, just make sure that you've actually got your hosting. If you're unsure how to start with SeekaHost, I'll put a video link up now, just popping up on the screen, and that will just explain to you really quickly and easy. You can just follow along the steps and just get started with your initial package. So the first thing that we're going to do is make a backup of your original site. So the original site here is JDog Gaming. I'm just going to go ahead and actually log on to the site, and you just need to come onto the main dashboard. If you're not sure how to get here, you can just put WP admin after your address unless you've actually changed the slug yourself. So when we're in our plugins, first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to deactivate any sort of clean press cache plugins or any optimizing plugins like that, so they can sort of mess it on the progress. Once deactivated, just make sure that your plugins are also up to date. They do also they have to be up to date to be swapped over properly. So with that all done, let's go ahead to add new. I've just typed into the search bar one click and you're going to find the all-in-one WP migration. So go ahead and install this. Then we're going to activate once it's installed. What this is going to do is it's going to make a really good backup in a readable file as well, or in the correct file that you need it in, which will then be able to upload it onto the site once you've swapped over your domain to the new server. So let's go ahead and activate. Once activated, go to the left hand side and you're going to find the all-in-one migration. Here we're going to go to export. Once on the export site page, you can go down to the export to, and then you're going to select file. What this is going to do is just going to collect all of your site information, your database, plugins, everything like that. It's going to put it into one easy file. You're going to then download it and then keep the file. This can take anywhere from 5 minutes to like 20 minutes or so. It just depends how large your site is. For instance, this site is quite large, so it's going to take a little bit longer, whereas the site I done previously probably only took about 5 minutes. Once done, you're going to get this message here saying download jdoggaming.com. Going to give you the size, and you can click on that. Now that's going to download this, obviously, to your downloads in a WP press type file. So when you go to upload it, it's the correct file. As you can see, we're almost done now, and we've now received it, we've got the file with the whole backup of our site. So you can go ahead and close this down. Great, so we've now got our complete backup of the site. So we can now go ahead and open where our domains are. So this is where I originally bought my domain. You can see I've got 2 domains here. I've bought mine from SeekaHost.com, but you just need to find where you originally purchased your domains from. If you're not sure, I'll leave a link in the description for a site that'll be able to find who your domain provider is. So back on our original WordPress site now. What we're going to do is, because we now have our complete backup here, so we're going to be able to restore it either way. We're going to come to JDog Gaming and we're actually going to delete the blog. This is because you can't have the same blog on both sites with the same domain, and we need to move the domain over now to the new host. So we're just going to press the blue action button or whatever button you have on your original site that you're moving it from. It'll basically bring you up to your WordPress information page. Before you delete it, just make sure that your SSL is currently active, because it does need to be active, and that you have a certificate for your site for you to successfully move it over to the new one. Now we're just going to come straight down and we're going to go to delete blogs. You can actually completely delete this off this site now. Again, you've got your safe backup copy right there. You might get this message saying delete restricted. First, delete your email account. So if you have created any email accounts, you are going to have to delete it here. So let's go to our email section. And we can go here and we can actually just delete the email. Once deleted, you can go back to your WordPress site and you can go down and delete the blog now. As you can see, blog successfully added to the queue to be deleted. This can take from sort of 30 seconds to a few minutes, so just give it a little bit of time, refresh your site if it hasn't after a little while. There we go, that's only took about 30 seconds there to do, and we've deleted the blog. Next step, we want to log into our brand new host. So this is where you're going to be hosting it now. So we're on the SeekaHost.app. We can come to WordPress sites over here. And then we can use the one-click create WordPress site feature. As you can see, we already have Sabs Glam on there, and we're going to move JDog's Gaming. So let's go ahead and click create WordPress site. And on here you're going to want to put the site address. So ours was jdoggaming.com. You don't need to put www. And then you can put the blog title. That was JDog Gaming. You're going to leave it visible, and then you have to select the package that you've already got on here, and then add WordPress site. Now, if you haven't deleted your old blog, when you go to click add WordPress site, it will tell you that you can't. Obviously, this is because it can't be in two places at one time. So let's go ahead and add the WordPress site here. And as you can see, new blog successfully added to the queue. This again can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes, and then it will be added to your new host. So that's taken around a minute to upload, and now I've got JDog Gaming here. You've now got your site uploaded onto the new host, but there's still a few bits that you just need to complete just before it's completely moved over. So let's go ahead to the action button here, and one thing you're going to need to take down is the username and the password. You are also going to be sent this to your email, so the email that you had already signed in with, or is your main email on this account. They'll also email you a username, password, and a link to access your site. So just make sure you take these down. Don't lose these because you will need them. They're a sort of temporary one because once we back up, it'll go back to your old information. But for now, you need this to log in, so make sure you don't lose this. With that recorded down, what you're going to want to do is come to name server 1 and 2 of your new host, and this is why we opened up the page a little bit earlier with our domains, because we basically need to swap the name servers over. So yeah, if we come to our new host site here, and our game server 1 is this here, so we're going to copy it over. We're going to come over to our domains, come over to manage domain or manage name servers if you don't have that option. If you do have that option, we're going to go to manage domains and find it that way, just in case you don't. So manage domains, and on the right hand side you've got name servers here. We're going to click on name servers, and it's going to give you this option here. You might be on use default name servers. If you are, just click down on the use custom name servers and then enter below. In name server 1, we're just going to delete this, and we're going to paste the new name server that we just got from our site. Obviously mine are going to be the same, so I'm using the same service, but yours are likely to be a little bit different. Come back over to the host site here, and we're going to take down name server 2. We're going to copy that. We're going to come back over to our domain, and we're going to paste it here. This now links your domain to the new hosting site, so people, when they click on it, will get put onto the right site. So go ahead and change name servers here. Changes successfully saved. So this is really, we're not going to need the domain site again. So I'm just going to close this down now. Now that the name servers have changed over on our domain, we're going to be able to switch on our SSL to our site. So let's go ahead on here and click the button, and that will click our SSL certificate. It says it will be activated in around 30 minutes. However, we can still proceed from here. Now, if we open up our site, we're going to get the original JDog Gaming, you know, like when you first purchase a server and it's the hello world and you haven't got anything on there. So you're going to want to log in the back end. Now, most likely, unless you've actually changed this yourself, you do a /wp-admin, you'll now be able to log into the back end of your site using that temporary password and username that you took down earlier. Now we're just going to enter the new username password that we were sent, and we're going to log in that way to our site. So again, it's completely empty. It's not got any of our old information in yet, so it's not been moved over. However, this is what we're going to do now. As you can see here, we've got a brand new fresh site. What we want to do is go over to plugins and download the same WP migration plugin that we had earlier. So we're going to go to add new. I'm going to type in one click again here. So one click, and then it should come up somewhere along the top. And there we go, all in one WP migration. We're going to go ahead and install it again, and then we're going to activate it. There we go. So we're going to activate that. And again, it's a very easy process. There might only be one thing that's a little bit different, which we'll go over in a minute, which is if your file size is too large, you might need to download just one more plugin to do that, but we'll go through that as well. So now we're just going to go down to the import here, and we're going to import the file. Apologies about the website being a bit different. I had to come and redo a few bits because some footage got deleted, unfortunately. So yeah, this is exactly the same point that we got to before, just with the JDog official site. And then we're going to go to import from. We're going to go file, and then choose our backup, which we have downloaded. Now, if your site is too large, you are going to get a file exceeds the maximum upload site, which is 256 megabytes. However, there is a way of increasing this. You can click on the Get Unlimited here, go to the basic, which will be 512 megabytes and below, and we can go to download. Now, if we come back to our plugins, and we will go to add new. However, this time we're actually going to upload the zip that we've just downloaded. So we're going to go upload plugin. Let's go all-in-one migration file extension, and we're going to go install now. Then you go ahead and do activate package. Then you go ahead and activate the plugin. Now you can go back to your all-in-one WP migration. Let's go to import one more time. Go to import from, file, and then we're going to choose the site that we want to import again, and you can see it's now started. One feature that SeekaHost are going to be adding as well is the ability to be able to add this just as a default, so when you're changing over to SeekaHost, you're going to be able to get a much larger size package uploaded without having to go to the trouble of adding extra plugins. However, for the sake of a couple of minutes, we've got this done now, and you've basically just got to import your site. We've only got a couple of small steps to go, and that is it. So as quickly as that, you've moved one site from one host to another. You brought all your files, even your passwords and usernames, all stored on there, everybody's data, and it's all going to be put onto this new host site. Once that's all done, you're going to get the message saying this import will proceed to overwrite your website, including the database, media, plugins, etc. And we're going to press proceed there, because obviously we want all of our old stuff imported. Now we're just going to wait a minute here whilst it restores all of our files in the correct places. And like I said before, there's only a few steps left now, which we're going to do in the settings. And then we're pretty much all complete. You're going to have your old password back, your old username, and everything's going to be back to normal on your site. So once that all is done, you're going to get a message saying your site has been imported successfully. Permalinks are sent to default, so we're just going to go change them, and optionally renew the plugin, etc. We don't need to do that, so we're just going to go ahead and finish now. So one thing it's going to do is it's most likely going to lock you out as soon as you go to press anything, because you haven't got the correct username and password now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and re-log in with our original username and password, the one that we first set on the original site. And if you're unsure how to get to there from where we were before, just take out this here. So we'll have jdogofficial.com/ and then do wp-admin, and then press enter, and it will take you to your back-end login. So we've logged in with our original username and password. We're back on, and everything is as it was on our site. We've got all of our plugins, everything like that. You can go ahead and renew if you do need to renew any plugins there. However, one or two things, shall I say, that we have to do is first of all click on settings, none of the subcategories, and you're going to go to WordPress address URL. Now here you're going to see your address, and you're going to want to put www. Before the JDog official, whatever your address is, and the same here in the site address URL. We're going to do a www. And that's all you're going to need to change here. So change these twos over. We're going to come to save changes now, and then that's done. And the other one's going to be on settings, and then come down to permalinks, because as it said before, they've been changed back to default. So change it back to what you had it before. I had it as post name, so we'll do that, and then we'll come down and click save changes there. So as quickly as that, you're done. Your website is successfully moved over. Everything's as it was. Let's click to blog there, make sure that we can check everything as it was. You're able to log in, and now you can go and close your account down completely with the other site, because you don't need it unless of course you're holding any other websites on it. On a side note, you can just get rid of that old password now, the one that we said is a temporary password, because you don't need that anymore. That's not part of your website. So thanks for watching. For any more tutorials like this, don't forget to check out the SeekaHost knowledge base, and of course our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tutorials like this. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on the WordPress tutorials. Bye bye.